Well, hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing today? I hope all is well with everyone, all my precious ones. I hope all of you guys are having a fantastic day. Um, I hope you guys are being safe in whatever you're doing today, or any day. I just hope, you first and foremost taking Almighty along wherever you go, and just being safe, guys, being as safe as you possibly can. Anywho, guys, I'm not gonna be before you long. I watched this video, and I don't know, it made me feel a way, guys, because I mean, there's so much going on in our world, and I mean, I don't have to tell you guys, you precious ones, you're living in the world also, so you know all the trials and tribulations that we are going through, facing. Some of us more than others, and it's just a sad state of affairs. And I just wanted to talk to you guys about it a little bit. I was watching this video. Now, I know a lot of you probably, maybe, I'm not for certain, watched Empire. I used to watch it. I don't think I missed the episode. I was kind of hooked. And so when I was kind of like flipping through the YouTube pages, I came across this one story. Oh Lord, that's my tablet, guys. I came across this one story talking about the young man, Brashear Gray is his name. He played the youngest son of Cookie and Lucius on Empire. And I'm like, oh my Lord. Now, I had not heard anything about this young man and what he endured or is going through. But when I looked at the video, I'm like, wow, I just need to do this video because for those who have, maybe some young grands who are maybe aspiring to get into Hollywood, I would just caution people to just let their grandbabies know to be ever so careful, because apparently there's a lot of things not so right going on with young folk trying to make it in, trying to get their come-ups in Hollywood. Now the story, they talked about, I don't know, for those who may not have seen the video, they talked about the young man, Brashear Gray. He initially was into doing music, and then somebody had this grand idea of him becoming an actor. I think he was aspiring to be a singer more than an actor, but then somebody kind of, coached him along and said, well, come on and let's kind of combine, the singing with the acting career. But I don't know, something must have happened. And I mean, we see stories and we hear stories all the time about how things are going awry in Hollywood and people are, let's just say, fame costs a lot, a whole lot more than what people probably actually bargained for, And that's why people got to tread lightly and be careful. And it's so important to let Almighty uplift you, because sometimes man's uplifting can be what's the word I'm looking for? Maybe a little questionable. Maybe a little questionable, you know? And I'm trying to watch what I say here because I don't need nobody, you know, coming up after me, child. I don't need that in my life, you know. But, yeah, it's just sad that, you know, people who just want to be entertainers, they have to endure so much by some of the older people that's supposed to be guiding them and lifting them, but they are actually doing maybe the opposite. So, I don't know. This young man, I don't know. I'm going to let y'all hear some of the footage that I listened to. Because it just tugged on me, you know, tugged on my heart. And I was just compelled. I wanted to just, if there's anybody out there, because I know a lot of the people that are POs, they're older women, you know, some my age, maybe a little bit younger, maybe a little bit older. And maybe you have some grandchildren or maybe even great-grands who might aspire to become, you know, entertainer, I would say. I would just say that they would need to be guided very closely, you know, because there's wolves out here, guys, and you know that. Those of you who know, you know there's a lot of wolves who don't mind preying on the younger population because they look at them as being gullible, uninformed, misinformed, uneducated to a certain degree. And I wouldn't say uneducated, I would just say don't have a lot of life experiences to understand that the wolves are really out here, and not only wolves but actual demons who are out here trying to do bodily harm to people. And I think this young man, you know, now the video capture on it was, I'll let you take a look. I'll let you take a look. And there it is, guys. I hope you can see that. I was abused, is what it says. And then also at the bottom here, it says that he reveals why Hollywood banded him. Why Hollywood banded him. Now, I know after Empire, I didn't hear a lot of him or from him, either in music, which I probably wouldn't have known nothing about his music because, you know, I'm not into today's music. If I like any music, it's that, listen, I'm an oldie but goodie gals. I'm an oldie but goodie gals. I just haven't adopted a taste for today's music. I'm not knocking anything, but it's just not my cup of tea. Like, to each his own, and that's not what I'm really fond of. I like what I like any of us would. We like what we like. So, but I was looking for him to go on to maybe do other shows, or maybe, you know, jump into the movies or something like that. But he went quiet after Empire, and I always wondered. Now, I knew what happened to the other guy. I can't think of Jesse Smollett. I knew what happened with him. I knew what happened to Lucius, because he said he said he was done. He was done with Hollywood. Lucius did, but and I don't remember what happened to the oldest son, the guy who played the oldest son. I can't think of his name right off the top of my head. but y'all know Jesse had some issues and things like that. You know, he had gotten into some things with the law, so I remember, you know, that story on him, why he's no longer, you know, being seen or heard of. His music and all of that just kind of gone. But this young Bashir Gray, I just knew that he was going to, you know, go on and do bigger things, but I guess it just wasn't in the cards, because I don't know, some things probably happened to him. Now they are reporting that he's, and I'm going to say allegedly because I don't know, I wasn't there, guys, in the doctor's office when they supposedly diagnosed him, that he was bipolar, allegedly, and he had some other issues. I didn't even know the young man was married. They said that he, you know, was having altercations with his wife, and I mean, just a whole lot of stuff. If y'all want to go and check out the video, you can. It's all up here. I just want to caution young people, if grandmamas, granddaddies, if you have any young people who's aspiring to try to make it big, just let them know they need to understand that there's some probably questionable things going on. You know, we hear the stories all the time about all kinds of things going on in Hollywood. I mean, young adults go in there one way and they come out another way, you know. They're getting scathed, they're getting harmed, they, you know, left and right. You know, we hear the stories. We don't know how true whatever is, but, you know, I just wouldn't take no chances. I wouldn't, you know, I would have to, if my grandchildren came to me and said, my mom thinking about getting, I would have to have a heart-to-heart, a serious heart-to-heart, and, you know, pray very, very hard, because they go in innocent and they come out a whole of another animal, you know, a whole nother creature. I mean, it's just, it's too much. But just let the buyer beware, guys, because I hear a lot of questionable things going on in Hollywood, and I would not like to hear about another young person being put upon, you know? And I'm just going to say it lightly that way, because like I said, I don't need nobody coming up after me. Okay? But if y'all check out this picture, it don't even look like him. All you have to do is type, if you want to, you know, hear the story, just type in his name and the video will pop up. It's under Bashir Gray reveals why Hollywood banded him. So, but I'm going to play just a little bit. And this video, I believe, was done by Culture Spill. Okay, so...
11, and throwing things at the cashier. And another time, he was also arrested for several driving offenses. Those are just some of the instances, by the way, because if I start getting into every time he was in trouble with law enforcement, we may need a few hours. Okay, it's possible that Bryce Shear does have bipolar and ADHD, and because he refused to take his medication, he probably made it difficult for people to work with him in Hollywood. But can we also cast a question on what he may have experienced in Hollywood? I mean, I have heard some pretty wild allegations. For instance, Jaguar Wright did one hell of an expose about what goes down with Jada Pinkett and Will Smith and young artists in Hollywood, including Bryce Shear.
They're both bisexual, they do weird things in their house, and young men have left their house screaming to get away from them in their mentorship.
And not just Will Smith. Allegedly, some things went down with Bryce Shear at Dwayne Wade's house. Did I say allegedly?
I'm saying that because of the artist that I just spoke to not that long ago that got invited to a party at their house. Everything was cool up front, so they went to the back and there was a bunch of old and young boys back there, all naked in the Wade house.
There's also no telling what happened with Lee Daniels. And I remember watching that Breakfast Club interview with of them that gave off serious weird energy. First of all, Lee Daniels talks about spending too much time with Bryce Shear and his son not liking it.
My son has an issue with him.
Here we
Because
go.
I spend a lot of time with him.
And look at how he claps his hands in a spanking motion while saying yes, 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 in reference to Bryce Shear.
Why are we talking about me? I gotta talk about yes too. Flip it over to yes. 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 You don't talk too much.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Bryce Shear experienced some nasty things that made him go through all this. Remember, he already had a very traumatic childhood and mental health issues, so getting into Hollyweird and experiencing some of these things must have really messed him up. But what are your thoughts on Bryce Shear's rise and tragic fall? Did Hollywood do him dirty, then ban him? Sound off in the comments section.
So,
One reason you should drink bone broth.
so see, that's what it's and he's only 29. He's still just a baby, you know. I mean, he's considered an adult, but I guess anything younger than, well, still in their 20s, anybody still in their 20s, and yeah. Listen, guys, I consider my daughter a baby still at the age of what? Not a real baby, but, you know. But listen, let's just be honest. They're going to be your babies. No matter how old they is. They're always going to be babies to you, you know. So, but this young man, I'm wishing him well. I'm praying that, you know, he gets the help that he needs. I'm praying that he stay away from people who means him no harm. And not just him, that's any young person who's just out here trying to make a living and not aware or unaware of some of the pitfalls that's out here, you know? So I'm just praying that Almighty will, you know, give them discernment. And I mean any young person who's aspiring to be a rapper, a singer, an actress, an actor, you know, I just pray that Almighty will give them discernment so they can see what's around whatever corner, whatever around the next corner, so that they can kind of like act accordingly, move, you know, in a way that, and don't be so hungry, and how do young people say thirsty, young people? Don't be so thirsty where you're willing to put all of it on the line, because some things, you know, it messes with your psyche. You know, if you got predators all around and everything, and people out to get whatever they trying to get that they shouldn't be looking for from young people, you know, don't be so thirsty and gung-ho to jump into that pool just because of fame and fortune. Because if you are not mentally capable of handling your money, listen, there's a saying, I heard it said somewhere, a fool and his money is soon departed. So you can get all of this money, you can acquire all this money, but if you ain't fit up here to do right with the money, it's going to be gone, because you're going to have wolves waiting to take that from you. So you got to listen. The word saying, all we get understanding. So we got to get a good understanding, know what kind of people we're working with. Even, you know, just do your homework. Just do your homework, young people. And, you know, I'm praying that, you know, like I said, I know not a lot of young people, you know, watch my videos, but, you know, grandparents, great-grandparents, you can certainly feel free to share whatever information you can find, because, I mean, our babies are being, and they are our future, and they're being preyed upon night and day. You know, they're not even given a fighting chance to be productive members of society. You know what I mean? They're not, you know, they're having their innocence stripped away from them. They're having all kinds of, you know, things done to them that's going to mess up their psyche, that's going to make them become, you know, all these bipolar, schizophrenic, you know, all these different ailments, mental issues You know, because things happen to us and we got to do something with that mess. You know, when things happen that's not normal, and people know when stuff is normal and not normal, when it's unnatural things is happening, that can cause a lot of mental anguish, you know? Before you know it, like it's you breaking off and you got a person here and a person there and everybody living in your head, you know, and that's I don't believe what Almighty want for us, you know? I don't believe that, you know? So if you have grandbabies who are talking about wanting to get into show business, just have a conversation with them. Let them know what the pitfalls are, you know, and just be honest and stuff. One thing about me, my grandson, my second grandson, I don't know, I must embarrass him because I used to talk real talk with him. You know, I talked raw talk with him because I wanted to do it before anybody else got a chance to influence, you know, because they are young and they're still impressionable and they're still forming their own, you know, but then when their friends or whoever, these wolves in wait come and start putting stuff in their head, you know, at least if we speak to our grandbabies as well, they'll have something to, you know, bounce off. Well, my granny said or my grandpa said this, and then now here these people saying that. They can have something to, you know, to combat the other things that's probably not so right that other folks, otherwise, in other words, wolves in waiting are telling them. They'll have something. So we have to put something in our grandbabies, great-grandbabies' minds, you know, so that when them wolves do come, they can have something to, you know, push back with, you know. That's all I'm saying. So anyway, prayers to any young folk that, and listen, I wasn't going to talk about her, but the young lady from, what was that show? Was it the Browns? Was it the Browns? No, it wasn't the Browns. Was it? I forgot the name of the show that quick. But, the one with, Mr. Brown and, no, it wasn't Mr. Brown. It wasn't Mr. Brown. I'm off kilter with my thinking. It was the show with, his wife's name was Ella. It's a Tyler Perry, show. What was the name of that show? It's canceled now. Oh my Lord, let me see if I can find it. But anyway, that young girl, she left, the one who played the daughter, the oldest daughter. I can't think of that show. I can't. Woo. Well, anyway. I guess it'll come to me after I finish with this video. That burns me up. I can't think of the show, guys, and I was going to try to Google it, but I don't, because I don't want to take too much of your time. But anyway, she got up out of Hollywood, and then she started doing videos about how, you know, because she was into Almighty, and she was, I guess, experiencing some crazy things too, and she got on out the business. If you can remember that movie, it's another Tyler Perry, Daddy's Girls. She played in that too. She played in that movie. I can't think of that girl's name. Woo! Let me see if I can. I'm gonna Google Daddy's Girl and see. Daddy's Girl and see if it pops up. I can't stand when I can't remember something. Daddy's Girl, little girl. Is it Daddy's Little Girl? China, that's her name. China. That's her. That's her. China Ann McClain. She got this young lady here. Lord, the thing that jumped off of there. China, she got away from there too. She got away from Hollywood. House of Pain. House of Pain. Oh, could not remember it. But yeah, she got away from Hollywood because she said it was a bit much and demons was flying and things was popping and jumping and she got on up out of there. Kudos to you, China. Because, you know, that's what I'm saying. You need people in your life who can give you some information that when you come up against some craziness, you have something to push back on, you know? Because these folks out here, they ain't playing fair with our young people at all. And we got to keep these people in prayer, these young people in prayer. But anyway, guys, thank y'all for watching the video. I love you and I mean it, guys. I want you to be careful, be safe out here because, listen, that C thing, that C word is still floating around, guys. They trying to, you know, say that the stuff is gradually leaving, but then at the same time saying the numbers are rising. So make up your mind, why don't you? Which is it, leaving or rising? But just be safe, guys. Love yourself. Love someone else. Tell yourself you love yourself. Tell someone else you love them, guys. Nothing wrong with it. I love you guys, and there's nothing you can do about it. POs, it's nothing you can do about it. Okay? So just let's go with the flow here. But anyway, guys, y'all stay safe. And until the next time I see you or you see me or however this thing go. Listen, if you haven't subscribed to Sharinabelli, come on and join the PO family. Cause yeah, we in the place to be. I don't know why I keep saying, but anyway, guys, I'm gonna get on out of here. Thank you all for you know, for all you do. I appreciate each and every last one of you. I truly do. But for real now, if you haven't subscribed, come on and hit that little button. It's just a one little bloop, all done. Bloop, all done. Okay? So anyway, and the only reason you have to hit that notification bell is if you want to be notified when I do come back with another video. That's strictly up to you. But I want you to consider, strongly consider, to the point where your finger just go boop. I mean, just out the clear blue, boop. And you done subscribed to the fam. You done subscribed to the fam. And then we'll say, welcome aboard, POs. Let me get out of here, guys, because I feel my silliness rising. I like to have a little fun every now and again, guys. I don't think nothing wrong with it. Listen, no fool, no fun, right? Got to have a little sunshine, a little bit of sunshine in these days of rain, right? All right, guys, I'm out of here because y'all know I like to talk, and I can go on and on and on, talking, thinking and talking, thinking and talking, thinking and talking. Well, you know what? A whole 3 hour went by. But anyway, almighty peace and blessings to each and every one of you guys. Y'all stay safe and be blessed. Be blessed.